Good morning. I'm here at Goats with Horns Animal Sanctuary in Arizona with Butters, getting his favorite, the little booty scritches. Getting some chores done this morning. If you can see all the way over on top of the roof, one of the volunteers noticed a lot of pine needles collecting up there, which is a fire hazard. Not that we have to really worry about too many wildfires where we are in the desert, but it could still potentially get struck by lightning or something like that, since we are in monsoon season and we do occasionally have some pretty crazy lightning storms. So she's up there doing some leaf blowing, and some of the animals were a little more interested in that than the others. They were all very interested in the fact that there was a big palm branch leaf that got tossed over for them to nibble on. So right now you can see we are just working on the never-ending goat poo area we have here. You obviously can see that it's not something we can ever completely catch up on with so many goats and sheep that constantly are adding to the pile. We just kind of try to do what we can. We use these rakes here. They're really like kind of like fine tooth. They're actually made for turf. They're turf rakes, and it's good for creating those little piles. Yeah, Butters here has been glued to my side for a couple minutes. We call Butters the resident unicorn. If you can see on the top of his head, he has that one little nub there. So the name of our sanctuary is Goats with Horns, and that's to speak out against animal agriculture and how they dehorn the animals. In Butter's case, he was dehorned before he came here with his sister, and I see that it's just the one little bud that grows back called the scur. It causes him some pain. So usually, their horns are full of nerve endings and blood vessels. So usually it feels really good for them to rub their horns, tap their horns, or get little scratches right in between their horns. But in Butter's case, he is not a fan of that because they didn't do a very proper job when they dehorned him, which I don't even like saying a good job because it shouldn't be done at all. It's extremely painful and unnecessary. They're not given any type of pain relief. And now he has to deal with this for the rest of his life. Not only that, but as I mentioned, we are in the desert and we see some extreme temperatures, and they also regulate their body temperature through those horns. So he struggles with that even more than we all struggle in the heat. One of our other goats, Chico, is the same way. He has, just one. Actually, he has two. Both of them kind of grow as little scurs, but one even grows into his skull, kind of grows backwards. So he's had to get that filed down before. So Butters is a little bit more of a shy goat. He's not super shy, but he's not as in your face as some of the other goats. So I get extra happy and excited when he's coming in for some attention. I'm gonna just do a little walkthrough really quick as we do, kind of check in with everybody. Winding up some chores. Looks like the roof blowing is done. Jamie's now collecting the piles of pine needles that are up on top there. You can see the little pygmy goats over here, very interested, like, what is going on? We have Peanut, who's just been staring the whole time. Yeah, Peanut, and talking about it. Got a lot to say? What is she doing up there? Whoa, you don't like it? You're stomping? Hi, and Willow and Chico, the one I was just talking about. Hi, buddy. We just gave everybody some electrolytes since we are going to have, we're going through a little heat wave today. And this whole last few days has been a little extreme. So we mix up a batch of goat electrolytes. So our goats went through 3 gallons this morning. We're kind of trying to pre-hydrate, get on top of that so they can, kind of last out throughout the day. Oh, we got Chicolette is going to town on that palm branch. It's already pretty dried up and dead, as you can see. It must have been from that palm tree right up there. Some recent storm must have blown it on top of the roof. So if you're just tuning in, Jamie Lee is up on top of the roof right now, one of our volunteers, because she noticed a ton of pine needles up on top. She's bagging it up in the trash. That can definitely be a fire hazard. So she's taking care of that this morning, and everybody's a little curious about what is going on. Why is somebody on the roof? What does that sound? Hi, Willow. Does it make you nervous? Or are you brave? You're a brave girl. Hi, Gilbert, Mr. Handsome Guy Gilbert. Oh, everybody's looking so cute. Okay, then we have a couple of friends, a couple of volunteers over here. So that's Sarah and Elizabeth. They are working on the chicken and turkey waters. As you can imagine, after a few days, all of the water containers get pretty icky, kind of like some algae and things like that grow in there. So Saturday morning chores are when we do a deep clean of all of the water containers and pools, like for the ducks and the pigs. They have their little kiddie pools that we do a real good scrub on. So you can see this pile of mud right here. One of our kiddie pools, there was another pink one before that pink one was sitting there, and it had a leak, which we did not know. There was a huge cut in the bottom. So this morning we filled it up. I looked a couple minutes later, it was empty. It had just all drained out. It had a big gash in the bottom. So kiddie pools are one of the things that we tend to go through around here. That pink one now is our last one. So we're going to have to get some more kiddie pools when we can. Hello, Esperanza. She doesn't care about kiddie pools, but the pigs and the ducks certainly do. It's interesting because, nowadays, especially in most parts of America, you can pretty much buy anything you need online, right? You can have it delivered right to your house, or you can have it ordered to a store and then go pick it up. So it makes things easy. However, I think it's just because of their huge size, but kiddie pools are one of those things you can't just buy easily online. So usually we kind of in the beginning of summer or even spring, when the temps are starting to heat up here, we'll notice stores like Target or even grocery stores that we have here will sell kiddie pools out front. So at that time, we kind of put a message out in our group chat saying, hey, if anybody sees kiddie pools, please grab a couple so we can store them for when one or all inevitably get a hole. That is Bruno Mars and Clyde. You can see how dirty their water bowl is, even though it was pristine about 2 hours ago. Their pool is still looking pretty good. You see this white powder. If you've tuned in before, you might know that this is Diatomaceous Earth, and you also might know that I may be pronouncing it incorrectly because I think I say it a little bit differently every time, but it's just a natural insect repellent. So that we can cut back on the cockroaches, because cockroaches carry a disease called botulism, or it's a neurotoxin. I'm sure you've heard of it. Don't eat food that comes from dented cans because it could be contaminated by botulism. So Elvis here contracted botulism a few weeks back, and we believe it was from eating an infected cockroach. So we've been trying to be a little bit more careful about spreading the diatomaceous earth around the duck pen areas, because that's where we do see the most cockroaches. Got Norma Jean and her sister from another mister, Nala, over there. They're probably waiting to be brushed. We'll go grab the brushes here in a minute. Hi, Missy. So they can get a good rub down. Hello. I think I'm going to go get some water, and when I do that, I will grab the brushes. We'll do a walk by on the chicken side, see how everyone's doing over there. Oh, we got Mr. Gibby, the OG of the sanctuary, checking in Saturday morning chores. He's been giving everybody a good back rub this morning. He loves just rubbing and nuzzling his head right on your back. And if you kind of twist and turn, he'll give you like a full body massage. He's just such a sweet guy. And he's also very careful. He turns his horns so they don't ever poke you or anything. Hi, Miss Zoe. That's my girl there. So Miss Turkey. Junie and Plum. They're doing a dust bath. If you haven't seen that before, seems counterintuitive, right? But chickens do dust bathe, and it actually helps to keep them clean and keep pests down. So that's what they're up to. Walk on by. Everybody's doing good. I don't know if you saw this sign that we got for Stan's new coop. He does not have, that's not all diatomaceous earth. It's like a special dust bath solution for chickens to kind of help him toss his feathers in there, roll around in it, and hopefully cut back on mites and things like that. Got his new sign, Stan the Man, celebrating his new coop that he got. He must be, yep, over here in the corner. Hi, buddy. Oh, it's kind of blurry. Let's see if we, there he is. There he is. He got his foot all wrapped up this morning. He has a bumblefoot, which is fairly common staph infection in the feet of chickens and turkeys. So he got that all wrapped up and cleaned out. So like I said, I'm going to go in, do a little hydrating, and then grab those brushes so we can go give the cows some TLC, and then we'll be wrapping up here soon. Thanks everybody for tuning in. If you want to leave a comment down below, tell us what you're up to on this Saturday. Oh, thank you. And we'll see you next time. Bye.